You want to go ahead and give us an opening statement, please?
Yeah, first off, Florida State, you guys are an amazing team, an amazing program, and it took every ounce of us to like be able to be here. So kudos to you and your team. Wow. And then now to our team. I'm so proud of the fight that they had. It is really, really difficult to play here. I think that Florida State has one of the best cheers and like just their fan base and everything else. It's so tough, and so I'm just so proud of the resilience of our team to stay together and to fight. And they sped the game up on us a little bit, and then they got it back together, geared in, and incredibly proud of Issa for throwing that full 7 innings. I don't think we have our staff that we had in game 2 if she doesn't do that for us. And then the 2 people here to my sides, wow, like Tori, she's been waiting for a moment. She's been working so hard, and so proud. And the best is yet to still come for these guys.
Questions? All right, we'll start off with Eric.
Izzy, tell me about that at-bat there with the 2-run homer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was tied at that point, but just trying to have a good at-bat for my team. A new pitcher came in, so I just try to attack that girl early, get her out. But, I mean, there was a runner on first, so just try and score runs when we can. We didn't have very many runners on, but when we did, I knew we needed to get them in. So just trying to have a team at-bat.
Corey?
Coach, on the play where the runner left early, is that something she had done in previous pitches? And I don't know how the strategy works with that. It's like, let's hold it in case we need to use a review on that. Had you noticed she had been leaving earlier, or did y'all, who noticed it in the dugout, I guess?
Yeah, Taylor Kittleman, one of our players, she saw it, and then, and we have assignments in the dugout, like everyone is a starter in the game in some way, and she saw it, and we went with it. She was 100% convicted in what she saw. And so we went with that before we went with anything else that we were going to talk about in that play. And what an incredible moment for her. Yeah.
I'm going to go up front to Hunter.
Coach, your pitching staff, along with Tori, limited Issa Torres to 1 for 7 on the day. Can you just kind of speak about Tori and then also your pitching staff as a whole?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to breathe because that hitter is one of the best hitters we have faced all year. The best hitters we have faced. But, I mean, we just had a really good plan. Like, someone else was going to have to beat us, and obviously that happened in game 1. And we just had a really good plan against her and some of the other players, and we told ourselves the entire team is going to have to beat us. And then Tori just sticking to her plan and staying diligent, throwing strikes when she needed to, and throwing balls when, you know, we needed to mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
Back to Corey.
Coach, I don't know if you're sitting on this podium talking right now. Birkenstock doesn't make that play in the 7th inning. I just looked it up. I think she has 5 at-bats all year, but for her to make an impact like that, I know she plays a lot.
Yeah. In
a moment like that, what is that like to see that kind of play on that stage?
Well, I almost messed that up, right? I think I put her in pretty late there, but I mean, that is what her assignment's been all year. She had such a clutch performance in game 1 to tie the game up. Coming in and running, and we knew that at the end of the game we wanted to put the best defense out there, and like you said, that you know, against another really good hitter in their lineup, huge for us. And if you've got a defense like that, your pitchers can play with a lot of freedom.
Go to some on the Zoom.
Yeah, Coach, what is it about this team that allowed it to finally break through, win in Tallahassee, beat FSU on their own field?
Gosh, well, it almost feels like this is our home regional site because we've been here so much. But I think just like all the unknowns from before, like when I first had the regionals here in 21, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what K-time was. I didn't, you know, all of that stuff. And so just being able to prepare our team for that, and then prepare our team all year, really. I don't think that it was, you know, something where we're coming out to beat FSU. We're coming out to perform and play our best against our best selves. And it hasn't just been this one moment, but we kept it to one moment, one pitch at a time. But we've been training for this all year. We've done things differently than we've ever done before this year. because we knew we required different results. And again, it was just the belief in these women and how they just stayed strong to that and stayed resilient and stayed together is, I mean, what speaks to the why.
Coach, the Seminoles did not go out quietly. They had quite the seventh inning there. You met with your players in the circle. What did you say to them in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't have to say much. I just wanted to go, slow it down. But Aubrey said, "Feed me again," and I think that said enough. I know Tori was like, "All right, I'm going to attack the zone again," and so it was really just to like get everybody settled in, slow it down, and know like let's get back to work.
Ladies, congratulations. What is it about Coach Bear during game moments that allows you to calm down and stay focused in the moment?
I mean, I think she just knows when we're kind of speeding the game up on ourselves. She just knows the exact time and she can see it, and so she'll just call a timeout. And I think we all just take that time to give ourselves a deep breath and like remind ourselves why we're here and just to play our game. Like there were some moments that we sped up the game, and if we don't do that, maybe it's a different outcome. So just trying to take deep breaths and just taking those moments to just take time for ourselves to just relax.
Anything else from the Zoom?
What did you guys learn from the first game that you took with you into the second game that might have proved useful?
They're a tough team to beat. It's going to be down to the wire. We have to play our best game, and they're also going to have to play ours. So just going out there and giving it all we have.
All right, we're gonna go back to the room, Eric.
Tori, how much were you pitching today and this weekend for your fellow freshman pitchers? You've been connected. Hildy, of course, with the injury. Ava pitching great. The whole staff, just talk about that. And you seem to get more confidence the game went on. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. This past regional, I pitched like we had nothing left to lose. I'm willing to give everything and more for this team. They're our ride or dies, and I'm willing to do what I can to help us push forward.
Hunter?
Coach, was there a message to your team after that first game loss? Obviously, it was kind of down to the wire, and I'm sure it could be a little demoralizing at first. Was there kind of a message to your team going into that second game?
Kind of blanking out on what I told them in the middle there, but you remember, Izzy?
Yeah, I mean, she just told us that we're tough to beat twice, and just to remember that. And we're a very feisty team, and we're not going to go out without a fight. So she just told us to just stay connected and just keep believing, and I think that's what we did. I never for a second doubted us. So just coming together as a team and just really truly believing that was what I think got us through that.
Got time for a couple more, Eric?
Coach, I'm not going to ask you to compare this regional win to the other regional win, but I will ask you about what does this mean for the program? There was an UCF alum today that was here the last time UCF beat Florida State in a regular season game. Another UCF alum that was here the last time they won in this field against FSU. This is pretty significant for the program.
Yeah. Well, this will be our second trip to Super Regionals, and I'm going to keep it together. We played this game for us for sure, but this is for every knight that has ever worn a jersey. We broke through, we pushed through, we disrupted the norm, and that is what we've been saying that we were going to do. So we knew we had everyone behind us. I had a stream of text messages from alumni that have played for me or Coach Renee, and I mean, just the belief in who we are, it runs true. We're young, but we're feisty, and we call ourselves disruptors for a reason, because it's not just going to be the norm of the usual people. We are building our tradition, and we continue to do, and extreme emotions all morning for me. I'm not going to lie, I was on the treadmill, getting it all out, crying, screaming, yelling, glad no one else was in there with me, just because I knew that this moment was for everybody that wore this jersey. And we play for the past, present, and future. And again, it's still just an idea. These women paved the way and put it out there. And just so incredibly proud of them. Like, they're building history and we're not done yet.
Last one's going to Peter.
Just for all of y'all, just describe this whole the dugout and the energy of this team, and especially after that reverse call, that you sprint all the way to the field and celebrated, and then tell me about the concept of chair time. Who started that, or how that came about with that?
That's all you guys.
So I will say our mindset going into this regional was anything could happen. You know, we just have to stick together and it's going to be what it's going to be. And then for chair time, I think we do it to combat the cheers out there, but it's just our own version of K-time, I guess.
I mean, this team is chippy and they have to play chippy. And so, you know, I think one of the toughest things for me is not having to get them up. It's having to like, all right, we're going to still keep it professional. But you have to be chippy. It's feisty in there. If you guys like, if you're a part of it out there with the fans, even sitting when we were scouting, it's even different when you're on the field. It feels like they're on top of you. And again, I'm amazed by how awesome that tradition is. I mean, all of the different things that they have is like, I was watching it just like mesmerized, right? Because UCF's still a young team. We're still building and growing with what that looks like in that tradition. And I'm going to say Coach has really brought that out of them. I mean, she's an amazing person, amazing coach. And so it's just cool to see how much belief they have. And for us to be able to like watch some of those programs because we're still building ours.
All right. Thanks, guys.